What's up, guys? It's your boy Bucks, and I'm back with another 2K26 build video. Listen, these 7-4s have been running around the park, running around the wreck, shooting in everybody's faces, and I think we're all tired of it. I got my ass in the builder, and I cooked a little something up. Hooked up, I call the 7-4 stopper. This build was made to stop the cheese of the 7-4s shooting in everybody's face. Just no contest. Just as long as you know your jump shot, you green every single time. You don't gotta do nothing. You just stand there and green in everybody's face. This build isn't that. And I'm gonna show you guys two versions of the build. One is made, the version I'm gonna show you first is made if you're a solo player or if you just play more by yourself, because that version can actually play center. The second version, you're going to want to be able to switch off with a teammate and tell the center that you want to guard the 7-4, because you have to play power forward on that version. But that version is even more made to stop the 7-4 cheese. The reason is you got to lower the weight so you can get challenger on a higher level. So let's get into the build, man. You already know, do whatever you want on the name and all that. But the version I'm going to show you first, center is your position. You're 6'10". I know it sounds weird that you're 6'10", but you got to be able to get challenge. That's why you're not going to be 7 something trying to stop the 7. It's not going to work. You're not going to have enough perimeter defense. 6'10" on the height. We're going to go 233 on the weight, and you're going to up your wingspan to 7'2". Now you're going to hit continue. Start with the finishing. As you see, we have a 79 on our close shot. Then we have a 62 on our driving layup. You're going to take your driving dunk, 73. You're going to take your standing dunk, 81. And you're going to take the post control. It's going to go up by itself, so you can just put it up to a 56. Now for your mid-range, it's going to go up by itself to a 71, so you can just do that. And then you're going to put your three-pointer to an 81. You will be using shooting specialization cap breakers if you are specializing in shooting, which is the easiest one, to put this to an 83 and get yourself limitless range. If not, then just take 2 crap breakers, but get yourself limitless range. Free throw, you're going to bump this up to a 60. I know that's a little low, but you'll be all right. You're a center. You're not going to be taking the majority of the free throws for your team anyways. Now for your pass accuracy, you're going to go with a 55. That is dangerously low for a center. I am aware, but you're trying to be a 7-4 stopper. There's give and take. And you had to give something. And part of the reason you give this is because it's easy to get it back in the cap breaker system. So 55 on the pass act. You're gonna go 77 on the ball handle, and you're gonna go 78 on the speed with ball. And this is so that the 7-4 also can't guard you on offense. The 7-4 can't deal with you, and you can guard the 7-4 on this build. That's what this build is made to do. So you will be able to blow by the 7-4 at all times. See that? You got lightning launch. And you know what you can do with that. You can max +1 or max +2 it, however you feel. So you're going to be able to easily beat the 7-4 on offense. He's not staying with you. Now for your defense. Interior defense, you're going to take this to an 83. That should be enough for you to be able to contest the 7-4 on the inside, especially with how much vertical you're going to get on this build. Perimeter defense, you're going to take this to a 72. As you see, challenger just lit up. Need that, because when you're trying to stop the 7-4, challenger has to be your max +2. That's like that's the point of this build. You're max +2 in your challenger, because you're going to get the low challenger and you can get up in the 7-2's face and he's not doing nothing. that's when he's gonna actually start getting contests. Most of the centers right now can't get contests because they don't have challenger. It's that simple. You don't have challenger or you don't have perimeter defense at all, you're not getting a contest on a player that's also taller than you. Then, on your steal, this is going to go up by itself, so you're going to take it to a 46. And then your block, you're going to take this to a 91. And you are going to cap break that to a 93. And as you can see, that will get you gold paint patroller. Yeah, we're stopping the 7-4. We're not doing the 7-4 cheese anymore. They have to be stopped. And if 2K not gonna patch them, we're gonna patch them ourselves. That's how we're gonna do this. So next, for your rebounding, you take your defensive rebound to a 92. You take your offensive rebound to a 70. And while you may say, yeah, that's a little low, this version of the build, you do get rebound chaser, and you will be able to get box out beast on Hall of Fame once you hit 2 cap breakers on it. So you'll be able to board up, especially with how high your vertical is. Centers, there's no center that's gonna have a higher vertical than you. Next, your speed. Also, no center is gonna have better speed than you because you're gonna max speed out at a 77. 77 speed on your center. So you're flying by the 7-4 all the time. He's not staying in front of you at all. Like at all. Next, take your agility to a 67. That's gonna give you enough defense to stick with him, and like when they do pick and rolls and all that nonsense, you can make sure you get back right into his face. It's just enough, I think. With the strength, you're going to take this all the way up to a 91. If you ever watch basketball in real life, you know the way that teams stop big, tall players like Wemby and Kristaps and all of them is you get someone shorter than them who's very strong to press up into them. And that's what this build can do. And then contest. That's how you have to play it. So we pick one of the tallest heights that gets challenger. Make sure we get bronze challenger. We +2 it to gold. And then we get up in their face. That's how you contest the 7-4s. On the vertical, 83. And this is so you can even jump contest the 7-4. And you get Hall of Fame Pogo to make sure that you can keep jumping. Keep jumping. Like, you can make sure that you are always in 7-4 space. That's what we're trying to do. And you're also going to end up with Hall of Fame High Flying Denier once you put your +2 cap breakers on your block and get yourself Paint Patroller and High Flying Denier. Paint Patroller on gold, High Flying Denier on Hall of Fame. As you can see, that's the build. Your name comes out to be a Rim Reaping Skilled Popper. And I think that's a little rare, right? I haven't seen too many people run around with Popper in their name, so that's kind of cool. And we're going to advance so I can show you guys the cap breakers. And then I will show you guys the alternate version of the build. Alright, so here we go. When you look at the cap breakers, the main thing you're worried about once you do the quick ones, like you want to put your rebounding up so you get your Hall of Fame box out beast, and you want to put your block up too so that you get your your Paint Patroller and your High Flying Denier, like we talked about. Once you get that taken care of, you want to put the pass accuracy up because you're a center. You're gonna get the rebound, and you need to. Also with this build, you can dribble, so you can push, but you want to be able to pass, ideally, on a center. That's the one weakness on the build, if you ask me. But you'll be able to contest really well, and you'll be switchy. That's the other good thing with this build. You're not just able to contest the 7-4s, you're switchy. So even when 7-4s aren't on the court, you're still not a liability in any fashion. Centers aren't stronger than you. They're not going to be out rebounding you. Like, it's a really complete build, but it makes sure that you can stop the 7-4s. Now I'm going to show you guys a different version of the build that is a little less complete, but is even better suited to stopping the 7-4s. All right, so now we have the second version of the build. Second of the version of the build, the difference is you get silver challenger to start, and you also get gold off ball pass. I don't know if that really matters. The other thing, hold on, that you're also supposed to get is, boom, you also get pick dodger. So this version of the build, where you also get pick dodger and then you get challenger, is even switchier. The reason I say that you more want to be on a team with this build is because of the rebounding. I don't think this is good enough rebounding to play center, but this is more than good enough defense with a max +2 to your challenger to stop the 7-4s. So if you have a center on your team already, like you play with a team and you know you want to make this build, make this version, because this version will be even better at stopping the 7-4s, and you know you can rely on your teammate who's playing center to do the rebound. And you could communicate that, because you know, if you're like, yeah, of course, if you load up, you're still at power forward, you're going to be able to have a teammate that can do rebounding. But the issue is you're not going to be able to tell them, let me switch onto the 7-4 every time. Or they might just not have a build that they want to switch onto power forwards. Whereas if you make it in a team, you know that your center is capable of switching onto a power forward. He just can't guard the 7-4. So if that's the case, then you make this version of the build. And if you make this version of the build, you can change the Andre Karolinko, Evan Mobley, Anthony Davis, and you are a two-way skilled stretch. Right? I'll show you guys the hat breakers.
Okay, I don't need yes men right now. I need you to be honest. Actually, I'm trying to go hoop in the city for a little bit. But hey.
All right. So when you get here, as you can see, same thing. You do want to shooting specialization, put a gap breaker here, and then you kind of just have one floating because you get two. But either way, that's fine. On your block, you still need 2+2, and then after that, you still work on your pass accuracy. So I think that's how you work this build. Of course, you can also add to your drive and layup and end up with layup mix master. But that's this build, and I think this one is more suited to if you're playing with a team, because this one you can really like say, my job is I'm guarding 7-4s. Like, guys, anytime we see a 7-4, they're mine. You switch onto the power forward. The other one is a lot better for if you're solo queuing, because you can still grab boards on it. So you can play center. But that's the big guys. It's been your boy Bucks. Those are the 7-4 stoppers. And if you make these builds, I'm telling you, them 7-4 is not going to be shooting in your face no more. Just not. It's your boy Bucks. I'm out.